Alright, we're back with another FasterMinis product. This is something you definitely want to spend the $50 on. Or you go with another brand that was like 25, 30 bucks. But if you can tell, I have a brand new shift shaft brace and a brand new shift shaft seal. Wonder why? Well, the previous owner dumped the bike and bent the shaft. I didn't know it when we traded bikes at a Prana 190. Switched over to this thing. Said, oh yeah, it just has heavy duty clutch in it. You know, it's kind of hard to shift. Didn't really think anything about it. You know, I just like, yeah, all right, whatever. Not a big deal. So a week later, after riding it numerous times, I decided to take a look at it and look at the shifter. I was like, hey, you know, maybe the shifter's a little too tall on the top. So I shaved this down, and you know, it fit back on, and I could actually get full shifts out of it. But as I was sliding on, I realized this fucker was bent. So I was like, okay, well, I already had this coming. Didn't even know it was bent before I ordered it. I'm glad I ordered it. But when I went to go put it on, if this is not perfectly aligned, this will not go on at all whatsoever. I bent it a little bit and got it a lot more straighter than it was. Like, it wasn't that bad, but it was enough to where obviously I have to shave down the shifter. And I mean, it shifted fine, but problem was when I was bending it back, I accidentally cracked this cover here, which, you know, I have that on order as well. But yeah, I spent the last 3 hours taking this shaft out. So you have to take the clutch cover off, the clutch basket, you know, put a new gasket in there, put a new gasket here, and had to cut this about 5 times. It was just an absolute nightmare. If the kid who owned this bike before me, his life and my life would be a lot easier. Because guess what? All you do is you take an 8 mil, it's 2 bolts, take them out. I already took them out. No need to show it to you. You can do it with a little, you know, Milwaukee stubby like I did, or you can just do it by hand. Takes 2 seconds. And these new ones come with Allens, probably because they're less easy to strip out, maybe. Just slide these 2 in, and because it's going on a shaft, I like to bounce back and forth between these 2. And that crack that I put in from, because I put a bar in and kind of pushed up on it, just cracked it just enough for some oil to leak out. Wasn't the end of the world, but threw on some JB Weld and fixed it. And then when I try to put on the first video, shoot the first video, well, come to find out, it wasn't working because it was built up, so I had to shave that down as well. Yeah, it's just a nightmare if you don't get one of these. So literally, that's all it is. 2 bolts. You slap on your shifter. I don't even have my pegs back on, because I'm still wrapping that up. But I figured I'd throw this video up. So I'm just gonna find your spot, take this completely out, and this shifter is also an Allen. I'm just gonna tighten that up, and actually, before you tighten this up, once you get the shifter on, check to see if it shifts, which it does. That makes me happy because it's letting me know that everything I just put back on the other side is fine and it's not bound up. Because when it was bent prior, this would fit on, but the shifter would be completely stuck because it was bent just enough so where once this was tightened down, the bend was binding up on it, so it wasn't allowing me to move it at all. But yeah, you just tighten up your shifter screw in the back and you're all set. And that's it. Later, homies.